Good afternoon and welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Coming to you live from the Nasdaq MarketSite with Albers. He is the head of strategic partnerships for Nasdaq's Global Information Services, and we're going to focus on the value of market data. Oliver, thanks so much for joining us again on Trade Talks. So tell us about what you're doing with strategic partnerships and how it fits into the corporate strategy.
Okay, yeah, so first off, thank you for having me on.
Got it.
And yeah, in terms of corporate partnerships, my job is actually, I'm technically the head of sales and account management for our Global Information Services business, and that encompasses our exchange market data business, our global index business, and our investment data and analytics business. But the partnership angle comes in that, we really view our relationships with clients in a very symbiotic way where, they're obviously working with us to launch our products, but in turn we're working with them so they can leverage our brand and our global reach to really further their own business objectives as well. So we really view it as a partnership.
Well, how is the data business, how does it differ today from when you first began at Nasdaq?
Oh, it's drastically different.
Yeah.
So, to start, when I joined Nasdaq, we were in the data business, we probably had 3 to 5 products, and it was mostly focused on U.S. equity exchange data. We were operating the Nasdaq stock market. And since then, through acquisition and just a lot of other partnerships and the like, we now have over 90 data products globally, and covering all asset classes. So certainly the scope of our coverage and our knowledge has grown dramatically. On top of that, market structure has changed. So and with that, the data space is far more competitive than it's ever been, which is both a challenge, but also, truly, one of the most exciting parts of my business. And then finally, new technology. Technology has evolved dramatically over the past, 18 years that I've been at Nasdaq. And, we continue to see that from, the growth of TCP/IP feeds to itch-like protocols, which have become the industry standard, and now to cloud and API distribution, which we think is a big part of the future.
So how is Nasdaq's view of market data evolving?
So we actually see a really huge opportunity in the alternative data space. Alternative data sets are kind of your non-traditional information sources that investors use. So traditionally firms have used things like earnings transcripts, 10Ks, 10Qs, news, macroeconomic indicators, government reports, different things like that to determine overall market trends. And now what we're seeing is with the growth of new technologies, certainly social media, the Internet of Things, you can now, there's data for everything, and you can now quantify things that previously weren't quantifiable. And so we are looking at just thousands of data sets. We have companies looking to partner with us every day to help them understand the value of their data and help them structure it. And we also leverage new technologies such as artificial intelligence to take that data set, structure it, and turn it into actionable intelligence that investors of all shapes and sizes can use.
So how's Nasdaq using data to increase market access, and how will that change how people participate in markets?
Yeah, so I think part of it is we want to give investors globally a view of the market wherever and whenever they want to see it. So whether or not that's on Google or Yahoo Finance, or on television stations around the world, on the retail online broker, we want to make sure that the data is accessible and readily available for them. On top of that, we want to utilize new technologies like, again, alternative data and AI to create value-added analytics that give them a different view of the market and new insights to help them find new opportunities and also manage their risk. So we see a huge opportunity in that space. And in fact, we also see a huge opportunity in terms of geographic growth. There are more investors around the globe that can access the U.S. capital markets than ever before. And we especially see that prevalent in the Asia-Pacific region, and specifically China. We've seen a tremendous amount of growth and have a lot of new partnerships there as well.
All right, so what else is on the horizon? It seems like there's so much data out there. Have we even begun to do anything with it?
Well, so it's still really early days in the alternative data space. So we launched our analytics hub in May of last year, and we're very excited about the traction we're getting there, and we'll continue to add data sets as we bring them to market. On top of that, we see a great opportunity in terms of working in investment data and analytics and servicing new clients on the asset management side. And that's evident. We purchased a company called eVestment, and we purchased them in October. And what they do is they work with asset owners to help them better find asset managers to meet their needs. And so that's just a really cool business. And so that, on top of those things, we see a huge opportunity with the cloud, where a lot of firms have cost challenges and they're looking to outsource a lot of their infrastructure and more efficiently consume data. And so we're working with a lot of different partners on that front to make sure they can consume data really efficiently.
I can't see where the conversation is 5-10 years from now.
Yeah,
it's quite incredible.
Like nothing we've ever seen.
All right, well, thank you very much, Oliver, for joining me at MarketSite, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.